Going big, going bigger. My game too cold, made it shiver, but I'm still a hot boy. Cool down, let it simmer. Bitter. Can't stop the shine with a dimmer. Only what I give her, and she let her call me baby, but I do not. Yeah, I'm saucing. People at the bank see me often. Let the money run, it's a faucet. She gave me the that's a boss is. Took over the game, now we all in. I was down in the chips, then went all in. Make my mama stop working, that's the promise. Going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm love, time to bring the bass bird. Up is magic.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden.
All right, Coach. First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Cleveland getting ready for their first drive. Baker Mayfield, the quarterback. There he is, the 24-year-old who came into this year, like the rest of the team, with very high expectations. Touchdown to interception ratio this season, well, it's been right around 50-50. Much different from a year ago when he had 27 touchdowns to just 14 interceptions. But I mentioned all the hype around he and the Browns coming in. Last year, 7-8-1. A lot of people thinking maybe they could make a deep run in the playoffs this year. But now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 64 yards. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The first play from scrimmage. Some of these people haven't even taken their seat.
That's what is commonly known as a fast start. That's what my horse racing friends would say. They caught a flyer out of the gate, and guess what? They're in the lead now.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
If we had $1 for every time we heard a team talk about explosive plays and how valuable they are, we probably wouldn't have to work very much, and we just saw a big one there. And then they tried to go explosive again, going for 2.
Yeah, is that a little too risky, you think? Just kick the extra point?
And you know, I'm all about getting points, and if I feel good about my kicker, I go ahead and do that. But with that ball at the 2-yard line, going for 2, I think it's awfully tempting for teams nowadays.
20! 51, come on! And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
On first down, Laird, and he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
It's second and 8 at the 22-yard line.
And to give this time to the tailback. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
And there's the always eager to get to the quarterback edge rusher Olivier Vernon, who came over to the Cleveland Browns in the Odell Beckham Jr. trade. Yes, we always talk about OBJ.
And it's a fumble. And I think the Browns got it. They did.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over, yet they are humans out there running around. We just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized it.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
And as he approaches to kick it off, he might be thinking this could be a 14-0 lead with a couple of PATs as he sends his way. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Dolphins taking the field again here on offense. Charles, is it fair to say that this is going to be a significantly different roster when they line up for Week 1 in 2020? It almost has to be, right?
It almost has to be.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. 30. And now running right through it. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. Boy, these guys are off to the races, Charles. 20-0 already, extra point pending.
Yeah, you always hear that term. They just boat race someone. Heck, it's car race, motorcycle race, plane race, whatever you want. Right now, they are sprinting past them.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he'll need to find a way to shrug off the opening drive, if you can even call it a drive. One play. interception, so he's got to forget that.
I know that in today's football, we have a good number of coaches who don't look at time of possession the way that the old school guys did. But there's still a place for it. And I think that on this drive, after having thrown that interception, they're going to want to eat up a little bit more clock and run some offense and give their defense a little bit of a break.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Pretty fortunate there, the interception that ended the last drive, and then boom, the first pass here almost picked on this drive.
Yeah, I think you could definitely call into question his decision-making here in the first half.
Certainly not the best of decisions there. Lucky that one wasn't picked.
Complete to Mike Gesicki. It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Fights through, and now a crease. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play that time out of Chubb. 63 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we...
There he goes, right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb. What is going on here? 4 first-quarter touchdowns. Unbelievable. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So up comes Mayfield as his guys will go for 2. Throwing, Mayfield. And this is going to be caught. It's lead by 2 more. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the 2-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on 2-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a 2-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just...
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run again on first down. Chubb. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham there to make the grab as his guys continue to pour it on. And he moved left there, Charles. Little danger play. He didn't throw toward that left side, went over the middle. Got the 6, though.
Yeah, he seems like the type of guy that when you told him as a kid, don't touch the stove because it might be hot, he touched it anyway. And this one, he got away without getting burned.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back.
Can we play each other?
A nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's our time. It's our time.
On 2nd down, Laird, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, with that incompletion, you know, Charles, one of the big storylines in the final few weeks of the season lies in the AFC South. Tennessee and Houston battling back and forth. Houston won round 1, week 15, a victory in Nashville. But which of those two teams do you think has the potential to go deeper in the playoffs?
Well, Tennessee just lost at home to Houston, and now we'll have to go on the road to play them again in week 17.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. Was looking for Parker that time.
The Browns take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Oh, some strong running. And he works free. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 84 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified. It has not mattered all game long where they've handed him the football. He's taken it and found the...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, you know, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
This will be taken in at the 1. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take down all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
If he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. He'll look to set up his blockers. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him as it is. Here goes a 19. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. A solid stiff arm. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 31 yards there and a first down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. That was excellent from start to finish, from the blocking to the running, just well executed.
And now let's look ahead, because after that, how about a little play action, maybe a little bootleg, and get the quarterback out on the corner and give him a little run-pass option.
And they're right down here looking for 6. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And it'll be 2nd and goal. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. He finds his target, Beckham. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the
and he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb taking it in as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Here's Chubb to try to run it in. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
Getting set to go again on offense. Here's Devontae Parker now. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Well, let's get back to the playoff picture. We talked about the AFC. Let's look at the NFC. That race starting to come into focus. We know most of the teams, Seahawks, 49ers, Saints, and Packers all in. Vikings in good shape. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And, boy, things switched on a dime here. The fumble recovery for the touchdown and also a 2-point try on top successful.
That feels like a momentum call. Pick it up on a fumble return, take it the other way for a touchdown. That's demoralizing for a team to have it happen against them. So the offense just says, you know something? Let's add to it. Pile on top, go for 2 now while their heads are down.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. So, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be marked down right there.